Mr. Amir Khan and friends, let me initiate this session by welcoming all of you to this discussion on an issue which is of certain importance since it focuses on social and economic empowering of the minority communities through a digital inclusion. Now, this is also very important. It's an area which also holds a lot of promise. And we do know that there are many members of the minority community who have achieved considerable excellence in this field, and that has empowered them to reach out. We also know the negative aspects of the spread of Facebook and cyberspace and the damage that can be done through that. So whereas this is a force for social inclusion, it can also be used, and is often used, as a force for countering that inclusion. And therefore, I think we have with us a number of distinguished speakers who have had experience in exercising this authority, and therefore will be able to expand on it and explain as to what manner this can be used to promote, to strengthen inclusion, and through that process to strengthen for us in India the whole concept of national integration. But at the same time, how to ensure that it guards against disintegration or counter-inclusion. The Planning Commission, in its 2011 report, Human Development Report, has talked of the communities who are the excluded communities in India. By excluded, it means those who have been left behind by the planning process, by the development programs, and have not benefited through the expansion and the dramatic economic development of India in the last couple of decades. These include those communities traditionally who have been always regarded as excluded, that is the scheduled castes and scheduled tribes, but also includes the Muslim community, largely because the Muslim community has fallen behind in terms of education. There are historical reasons for this. There's nothing intrinsic about that falling behind in education. This is something that has developed over the last century and a half. In fact, since the First War of Independence of 1857. But without going into details of that, the question now is that it is necessary, if the Muslim community wishes to participate in this development process, that it masters the ABC of this new technology, which is digital inclusion. And I'm glad to say that you will find across the country very eminent persons who are being able to grasp this and taking advantage of it. The community in general, the minority communities in general, realize its importance and realize the great equalizing force which it brings. I myself, as you probably know, have been instrumental in the implementation of the somewhat revolutionary Right to Information Act. When the Right to Information Act first was implemented, the scope of its revolutionary conditions was not fully understood, but now it is. And this, through the right to information, is a potential equalizing force. But it can only be an equalizing force. The right to information can only be an equalizing force if it is exercised in collaboration with digital inclusion. That is, using the right to information in the manner in which it is prescribed under Section 4 of the Act, through the internet, through accessing information, and dispersing information in a manner that it becomes available to all. Because the exclusion from information of certain sections of our society, information on what is due to them, information on what they can take advantage of, information on what they can contribute. Lack of it is what has led to the discrepancies, and mastering it will, I hope, lead to inclusion. So with these words, I'm happy to start this discussion of this afternoon. We have 2 hours of discussion, and I would request Mr. Amir Khan to moderate these discussions. I will intervene every now and then if I find any reason to interfere. But then I will address you again in the end, after you have had an opportunity to ask questions and discuss the various issues which will be placed before you this afternoon. Thank you.